What's up, Mythgardians? Leap Daniel here. This is my penultimate review for Rings of Immortality and my last one before the cards are released on September 18th. I'll have one more review of all the remaining cards next week, but then you'll be able to play them yourself as well. I'll give my star ratings at the end if you don't have time to hear all my thoughts on each individual card. Let's go. First up, we've got Stormseer, a 3-mana, 2-blue gem rare minion with 2 attack and 3 health. Awaken, reduce the mana cost of enchantments in your hand by 1 mana. Whenever you create an enchantment, deal 1 damage to minions in the opposing 3 lanes. If you have 2 or more enchantments in hand, this makes up for its cost. This can also be used in rainbow decks to generate even more mana when you play new enchantments over them, especially the deserts from Sandscape, which don't get their cost reduced when Sandscape is reduced. If you play Sandscape under this card, it has a Magmatar-like effect, which is very powerful. I also foresee its damage effect interacting very well with Field of Poppies. Number 2, Terror of Kur. It's a 2-mana, 1 red gem mythic minion with 3 attack and 2 health. It has a 1-cost effect. Sacrifice a minion and deal 1 damage to your opponent. If you sacrifice this minion, also add the Ring of the Novitiate to your hand. And the Ring of the Novitiate is a 1-mana item with Ephemeral. Give a minion gets +1/+1 before attacking. So it has vanilla stats and a beneficial effect, but I don't think its effect is quite good enough to make up for its cost. First of all, it costs extra mana to trigger, and you have to sacrifice your own minions, and all you get is 1 damage. You better be running some very powerful demise effects to pull that off, and the ring you get when you use it on itself is pretty lackluster. I will say that it does kind of fit with Red's overall strategy of fluidly damaging and sacrificing. Your opponent will have to block it to prevent damage, and then you sacrifice it, so they kind of wasted a block. So maybe it will see some niche use, but I think most red decks won't bother, as they already have better tools. Another red card, Grand Finale, a 6-mana, 2 red gem spell. Fill your unoccupied left, middle, and right lanes with the next different forged minions from your deck. As opposed to the last red mythic, this one is totally OP. If you run exactly 3 different forged minions, this can guarantee you pull all of them. You can pick your forged minions so that they synergize well. This is also a great way to pull forged rares and mythics. Not much else to say. I think this card is nuts. Alright, ready for anything. A 3-mana, 1 orange gem spell. Forge, draw a card. Minions in your hand get +1/+1, and Awaken gets armor 2 and warded until the start of your next turn permanently. This card is amazing in any sufficiently slow deck with lots of minions. You take a 3-mana hit and then buff everything, and it replaces itself most of the time since you want to forge this. It's a common card, so it's not difficult. I think Colosseum of Strife users will love this, as the stat boost helps them trade better. It's also great that this only needs 1 gem. Since you'll mostly only be playing this card forged anyway, which creates an orange gem, you can splash it in almost any color without many other orange cards, which is nice, as previously orange was a faction that was very difficult to splash. Okay, the last card in this review is Locked in Ice, a 5-mana, 2-blue gem common spell. Give a minion slow and fragile 9 permanently. Expensive and slow, but it gets the job done. It deals nicely with things like Celestial Dragon. Most importantly, the fact that the debuff is permanent helps you get around Boneyard recursion. This kind of reminds me of Valkyrie Enforcer in that it's expensive and doesn't do enough on board most of the time, but you'll still want to run 1 or 2 copies because there are some things that it answers really well. For Valkyrie Enforcer, that's ephemeral minions. For Locked in Ice, it's stat bombs and recursion. Now I'll get to my star ratings. Stormseer is a 5-star card. Terror of Kur is a 2-star card. Grand Finale is a 5-star card. Ready for Anything is a 5-star card. And Locked in Ice is a 3-star card. Let me know if you agree with my assessments in the comments, and thanks for watching.